Guys, welcome to Pen Dentistry. Hope you are doing good. I am Dr. Aishwarya with you for easy learning and better understanding. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go and subscribe to my channel and learn the dentistry in an easy manner. Today we are going to learn about the Simon's classification. Simon's classification of malocclusion. He has given the classification of the malocclusion. He has considered the crinometric classification of malocclusion in three planes, three anthropometric planes related to the dental arch. The first plane is Frankfurt horizontal plane, the second one is orbital plane, and the third one is mid-sagittal plane, that is also called as a raphe median. As you can see in the picture, the Frankfurt horizontal plane, this is also known as vertical plane or eye to ear plane, eye to ear, because the line is drawing from eye to ear. This is the plane that connect the upper margin of the external auditory meatus to the infraorbital margin. As you can see in the picture, it is connecting the external auditory meatus to the infraorbital margin. This plane is for the vertical malocclusion in the vertical plane. When the malocclusion you have to take in the vertical manner, then you are going to consider the Frankfurt horizontal plane. When the dental arch, when the dental arch is closer, that means when the dental arch is closer to the normal Frankfurt horizontal plane, there will be the attraction, and when the dental arch is away from the normal Frankfurt horizontal plane, there will be the abstraction, as you can see in the picture. And in second, he has said orbital plane, anterior posteriorly, this is also known as anterior posteriorly. This plane is perpendicular to the FH plane. It is drop from the bony orbital margin directly under the pupil of the eye. As you can see in the picture, that is orbital plane is seen. This is for the, as I have told you, for anterior posterior plane. Simon's law of canine. Law of canine, Simons has said that plane connects infraorbital margin to the distal of the canine. That means this plane connects the infraorbital margin to the distal of the canine. When the arch is closer to the plane, there will be the retraction, and when the arch is away from the normal orbital plane, there will be the protraction. When it is closer to the plane, retraction. When it is away from the normal orbital plane, it will be protraction. And in third mid-sagittal plane, he has said, or it is also known as raphe median plane, this plane passes from the mid-sagittal line. As the name suggests, mid-sagittal line, so it is passing through the mid-sagittal line. It describes about the transverse direction. This is used to describe the malocclusion in the transverse direction. When the arch is closer to mid-sagittal plane, MSP, when the arch is closer to mid-sagittal plane, there is a contraction, and when the arch is away from the MSP, mid-sagittal plane, there will be the distraction. Okay, so this was the Simon's classification of malocclusion. Now we are going to see the demerits and merits of Simon's classification. Simon's classification of malocclusion, now its and merits. In demerits, skeletal and dental malocclusion is not shown. It does not show the one side or both side malocclusion. Abnormal positioning is not considered here. Okay. Whether the malocclusion is developmental or due to the local factor, it is not told in Simon's classification. Merits, here Simons has said that the three-dimensional plane he has considered, and he has said that the merit of is 3D problem. That means the malocclusion is a 3D problem. This is the only merit of the Simon's classification of malocclusion. If you like the video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest upcoming videos. If you understood well, please share it to your friends and your batchmates for easy learning and better understanding. Spread the knowledge to everyone.